This is the Sunday Motivational Video. Every Sunday, we bring you a different type of video which should improve your life. Today we're looking at 15 Rules to Win at Life, Part 1. Welcome to the place where future high achievers come to get inspired. Hello friends, we hope you're having an incredible week so far. So let's end it on a strong note, shall we? Life is a complicated game filled with moving pieces, changing environments, changing rules, and unfortunately, it doesn't come with a rule book. So we asked ourselves a simple question. What do the people who seem to be winning at life actually have in common? We looked at innovators, artists, athletes, and even monks who've spent their whole lives chasing inner peace. And it turns out there are patterns, specific habits and mindsets that show up again and again. While putting this together, we realized there was too much to fit into a single video, so we're splitting it into two parts. This is part 1, and it covers the essentials. Without these, you're not winning the game of life. Full stop. Part 2 comes next Sunday with some sharper tactics that give you an edge over everyone else. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. With that said, let's get into the 15 rules to win at life. Number 1, have a vision for your life. You cannot build the life of your dreams if you've never actually dreamed about it. The first step in winning at the game of life is deciding for yourself what winning even looks like. Without a clear vision, you have no way of knowing what you're supposed to be building toward, and no way of knowing when you've actually arrived. Most people think they have a general sense of what they want. Very few ever sit down and make it specific. So ask yourself a few questions. Where are you? What does your environment actually look like in this dream life? Who are you as a person? What kind of memories have you collected? How healthy do you feel? Who's around you? What kind of people have you surrounded yourself with? Is there someone special you're sharing this life with? And what does success even mean to you? What do you do for a living? How do you spend your days? Once you've worked through questions like these, you at least know what you're aiming at. And only then can you start making it real. Number 2, know who you are and what you stand for. The more clarity you have about yourself, the less power the world has to pull you off course. Making it and losing yourself in the process is a bad trade. What's the point of financial success if you can't sleep at night, or sit with the people you love, or look at yourself honestly in the mirror? If you want to win at life, you need to know your own values, what you stand for as a person. These are the lines you don't cross, drawn by someone who understands what it actually costs to live a life full of regret. Small decisions compound. So give this one real thought. Number 3, compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. Who cares if someone else is winning if you're the one sitting on the sidelines? We share this planet with 8 billion people, but you only get one story, and it's yours to live. You're responsible for your own growth and for how you move through your own life. Stop measuring yourself against other people and start measuring yourself against the person you were a year ago. Do that consistently, and at some point you'll notice you're simply happier. You'll realize everyone's fighting a battle shaped by their own expectations, not yours. It's fine to find people who inspire you, people you can learn from. Just don't compare the first chapter of your story to someone else's final one. Number 4, set clear, empowering goals. There's no elevator to success. You take the stairs, and every goal you hit is one more step. Goals are like milestones, or like quests worth chasing. Hitting one is like leveling up, improving your own stats. Vague goals produce vague results, so get specific. Find goals that actually excite you, ones that sit right at the edge of what feels comfortable. Those are the ones that will pull you forward. Number 5, discipline your mind and your actions. The more disciplined you become, the easier life gets. Very few people ever master this, and that's exactly why it's valuable. Discipline is hard to build, so most people quietly opt out of building it. Only the ones who actually want it put in the repetition required to make it a real skill. If you had to pick one thing to work on above everything else, it would be this. Master it. and it's only a matter of time before whatever goal you set becomes reality. Number 6, all growth happens outside your comfort zone. The moment you step outside it, you realize it was never all that comfortable to begin with. Growth comes from trying new things, from failing, from succeeding, from the conversations that make you a little uneasy. If you're early in your journey, the fastest way to learn who you actually are is to throw yourself into the world and pay attention to what happens. Imagine living your whole life inside a small, safe bubble, never finding out what you're actually capable of, never discovering the 100 other things that might have fascinated you. The moment you leave that bubble, things you never even considered start connecting in your favor. That's what evolving looks like. Take the risk, it's worth it. Number 7, you only need to get it right once. It doesn't matter how many times you miss, because one real win can carry you for the rest of your life. A lot of decent ideas can nudge you forward slowly. One great idea can change everything. And the good news is, ideas are free, so spend some real time generating them. Failure doesn't matter as long as you're willing to try again. Treat it like a numbers game, and eventually one of them lands. Number 8, be a traveler, not a tourist. The world is meant to be discovered, not checked off a list. This is one we come back to often because it applies to more than just travel. Tourism is something sold to you, a packaged experience where someone else is in control. Being a traveler means stepping into the unknown and taking the world in as it actually is, not as it's been curated for you. This isn't only about geography. Look at other parts of your life and ask honestly whether you're a traveler in them or just a tourist going through the motions someone else designed. Number 9, be grateful for what you have and hungry for more. Gratitude makes sense of your past, brings peace to your present, and gives you a clearer vision for your future. Be grateful for the little you have. If you have more, be grateful for that too. Life is a genuine privilege, and it could have gone very differently for you. So let go of the idea that life has somehow treated you unfairly, and once you make peace with where you are, you're finally free to go after more. There's nothing worse than staying trapped inside the story of how unfair everything's been. Number 10, reading can be your competitive advantage. The person who reads lives 1,000 lives. The person who doesn't lives only one. Books are still wildly underrated because most people treat them as entertainment instead of what they actually are, compressed knowledge. Someone's entire life of mistakes, failures, and hard-earned lessons available to you in a couple of afternoons. That's an extraordinary trade. Remember Rule 7, one good idea can change your life, and books are full of them. Number 11, listen far more than you speak. Nobody ever learned anything from the sound of their own voice. If you want to win at life, real growth comes from paying close attention to what's happening around you. Become a sponge for good information. There is no one around you that you can't learn something from, and your brain, quite literally, can't absorb new information while you're busy talking. There's a reason you were built with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Number 12, forgive but don't forget. People who can't forgive stay prisoners to their own resentment. People who forget are doomed to repeat the same mistakes. If there's one theme running through this whole list, it's growth, seen from every angle. Forgiveness was never really about the other person. It's about you making peace with yourself so you can actually move forward. But life has a strange, cyclical habit of repeating its lessons if you let it. So forgive, but keep the lesson. It's not bitterness, it's protection. And it lets you become someone who can't be hurt the same way twice. Number 13, never quit the game. You'll lose battles, you'll struggle, but the game is only truly over the moment you decide to stop playing. Winning at life takes persistence, and it rarely happens on any kind of predictable timeline. You'll need to adjust, pivot, rebuild. The real challenge is staying adaptable long enough to actually get there. You're allowed to quit a specific challenge. Just never quit the larger goal, because without it, you're left facing life stripped of the very thing that made it worth living. If things get hard, remember to rest, not to give up. Number 14, respect everyone else playing the game. Everyone is the main character of their own story, carrying their own struggles. So give them the same respect you'd want for yourself. Respect is one of those things people tend to understand far too late in life. There's a certain quiet strength in moving through the world respectfully, and you'll find that the world tends to mirror it back to you. It's a trade you make with everyone around you, and the world could use a lot more of it. Treat the janitor exactly the way you'd treat the CEO. Number 15, don't play it safe. Only the people willing to push past their limits ever find out how far those limits actually go. You get one life, so why not make it count? At some point, you'll realize playing it safe was never going to get you to the life you actually pictured for yourself. Be bold. Take the calculated risks that are actually worth taking. There's no version of a bigger life that doesn't involve pushing your luck a little. And if you fail, so what? Try again and again, as many times as it takes. The worst outcome isn't failure. It's reaching the end with a list of things you never did, places you never saw, people you never told how you felt. And there you have it, friends, the 15 essential rules to win at life. We hope you wrote a few of these down. And because you made it all the way to the end of this video, here's a bonus rule most people are going to miss entirely. Number 16, realize you already have one. You're alive. You made it. You're already in the game. Here's something worth sitting with for a second. Your odds of being born at all were somewhere around 1 in 400 trillion. Let that actually land. You've already been handed a shot at this. A chance to enjoy it, to build something with it, to make the most of it. Most people never even stop to notice they're holding a winning ticket. What you do with it from here is entirely up to you. And that, in our book, already counts as a win. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss part 2 next week. We've also picked out a couple of videos we think you'll want to watch next. See you back here soon!